She'd come down and do things around the plant. She'd also come down here and plant flowers so that there would be something nice down here to look at rather than just the stink that you smelled. The others were Larry Lenhart from Randolph Township, who ran a business in New York City and come out here in the middle of the day, sometimes and late in the evening, many times, and would come to a meeting, and many times walked out of that meeting at 9:30 at night without any supper, and other times stayed here till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And many times he left at 1 or 2. Another one was Ed Horan, the mayor of Dover. At that time, here's another one who had great experience in personnel matters. He was a personnel manager for one of the major corporations and labor relations. And he kept us out of trouble in many, many instances. There's another fellow, Jerry Lazarus, who represented Jersey City. He was a deputy mayor for Jersey City at the time. And he could cut through your whiskers like nothing flat, just like a barber. He was very, very sharp. And he could separate the wheat from the chaff in very short order.
Being public officials, it was difficult to find convenient meeting nights. Our common meeting night for the first 10 years of the authority was on Friday evening. So twice a month on Friday nights, the group would gather in one of the municipal buildings. One time it was in the town of Boonton, another time it was in the town of Dover, and spend until the wee hours of the morning trying to resolve the difficulties with the agencies to undertake the construction of these facilities.
Jersey City's first representative on the Sewerage Authority, Jerry Lazarus, was very instrumental in getting off to a good start this new relationship between Jersey City and the Morris County communities. He moved very swiftly to make sure that the first flow of funds moved as it should at the right time, and that was very important to making sure that the new organization would get off to the right start. Jersey City has a significant financial obligation in running the Sewerage Authority, and that obligation has been met over the years on time by the city and has been very important to the success of the Rockaway Valley Regional Sewerage Authority.
These individuals have been followed by a long line of additional public servants, put forth an awful lot of their own time.
And here are a few words from one of the former chairmen of the Rockaway Valley Regional Sewerage Authority.
Hello, I'm Herb Steinberg. It was a great honor for me to be appointed to this authority to represent Randolph Township. After getting on this authority, I found out what a wonderful job the people had done who were here before me. They prepared everything here for me to do a good job. I also found out that the people working here were marvelous to work with. Everybody here was wonderful. I hope that one day I could thank everybody for the great job that they did and keep this authority going.
That spirit of cooperation is what makes the Rockaway Valley Regional Sewerage Authority successful today. The treatment plant currently processes an average flow of 8.5 million gallons of effluent each day. It serves 17 industrial users and has issued over 10,000 individual sewer connections since 1986. The plant has accomplished all this while maintaining compliance with strict environmental regulations. It has tremendously improved the water quality of the Rockaway River, and the plant's user cost is among the lowest in the state. So how does this treatment process actually work? Here's Edward Ho, plant manager of the Rockaway Valley Treatment Facility.
The 22-mile-long interceptor of the Rockaway Valley Regional Sewerage Authority collects the sewage from 9 member municipalities. That is the township and the town of Boonton, Danville, Randolph, Dover, the borough and the township of Rockaway, Wharton, and Victory Gardens. We also have 2 customers, the township of Mine Hill and Picatinny Arsenal. Jersey City is also a member. The collected sewage flows by gravity to the plant, a 12 million gallons per day secondary treatment facility, where after treatment it is discharged to the Rockaway River at a point below the Jersey City reservoir. As the sewage enters the plant, the wastewater generally consists of suspended and dissolved organic and mineral matter. plus floating solids and grit. The industrial pretreatment program ensures that no hazardous material or substance that is detrimental to our biological process are being introduced into the waste stream by the 17 industrial users that are connected to the system.
At the head of the plant, the floating materials such as rags and plastics are removed by mechanical bar strings. Next, sand and grit is settled out and is also removed from the flow. This is also accomplished with the pre-treatment building, which is the first stage of the treatment. The partially clarified sewage is then placed in the oxidation channels, where it is aerated and circulated for a period of weeks. During this main stage of the treatment process, a minimum level of oxygen is maintained within the rotating mass, cultivating and growing desirable organisms. During their life cycle, desirable bacteria feed upon organic waste in the sewage, reducing their volume and converting them into more stable mineral compounds. The average level of mixed liquid and suspended solids maintained in the oxidation channels is about 2,500 milligrams per liter. In the final stages of the treatment, a portion of the stabilized liquid train is continuously drained off from the final clarifiers. Gravity settles the remaining solids, which are then circulated to the oxidation channels. The clarified liquid overflows along the periphery of the clarifier tanks, where it continues into the chlorine contact tanks for disinfection. Exposure to the chlorine solution effectively disinfects any pathogenic bacteria, as well as other types of bacteria. At the end of the chlorine contact tanks, the flow is dechlorinated by adding sodium bisulfate. The residual chlorine cannot exceed levels of more than 0.10 milligrams per liter. As a final treatment step, the dechlorinated effluent is further aerated and cascaded. Then it is discharged at the head wall where additional oxygen is added, thus maintaining the required level of dissolved oxygen to assure the quality of the plant's effluent.
The remaining solids removed from the plant, that is, the sludge, is pumped to the sludge thickening building, where it is dewatered to about 5% solid. Concentration is accomplished by use of circular gravity settling tank, followed by gravity belt press. Separation of water from the solids on the gravity belt is aided by adding chemical polymers. The sludge is then hauled away for incineration by others.
All of these steps are accomplished within the guidelines of current state and federal environmental regulations. The laboratory at the Rockaway Valley Treatment Facility internally monitors effluent and sludge to assure compliance with quality standards.
The whole plant revolves around